Okay, everybody, we're going to go ahead and do my 30-second game of Jeopardy Deluxe Edition on the Super Nintendo, in which at this point I have accumulated $1,606,057. Jeopardy Deluxe is currently at $1.6 million run, and I'm ready to see if I can win more. Jim and Jenny are my opponents today, the two J's. The dollar figures up on the board.
Here are the categories.
And here are the categories. Furniture, the 1910s, that was a while ago. Fine china, authors, rules, and we're going to close it out with opera, the dreaded opera category. I'm going to start things off with authors for 100.
The answer is...
Answer there. As a teenager, she cut her hair, dressed in boyish clothes, and called herself William Cather, who is Willa Cather. Oops. There. I'd like authors for 200.
The answer is...
Playwright Oliver Goldsmith may have written some of the rhymes attributed to this old woman, who is Mother Goose. I'd like authors for 300. Daily Double, 500. Washington Irving completed a 5-volume biography of this president shortly before his death. Who is George Washington? Authors 400.
The answer is...
Though he was born in Prague, Franz Kafka wrote his novels in this language. What is German? Authors 500.
The answer is...
Lord Byron is a national hero here, where he died while helping them plan a war against Turkey. What is Greece? There we go. $1,700. I would like Fine China 100.
The answer is...
This American China company was founded in 1889 in Trenton, New Jersey, and has made many White House services. I'm going to give this one to Jim because I'm not sure. Oh, well, he's not sure either, so he starts at minus $100. Too bad. Jenny. Lennox, okay. Alright. Jenny's now in charge of the board. The 1910s, 100.
The answer is...
A 1918 British Act of Parliament allowed women 30 and over to do this. What is vote? I'd like the 1910s for 200, please.
The answer is...
This organization of U.S. veterans was chartered in 1919. Oh, I think I know. Oh, the American Legion. Okay, I was thinking the GI Bill for some reason, so it's a good thing I didn't buzz in. Jim has $100, has some money again, and he gets to make the next selection. Rules for 100. Okay.
The answer
Let's
is...
try that one. It has been stated as do unto others as you would have them do unto you. What is the golden rule? Let's have rules for 200, please.
The answer is...
This 4-word rule tells us how to adjust our clocks to begin and end daylight saving time. What is spring forward, fall back? Let me have rules for 300, please.
The answer is.
John Douglas, sponsor of a code of pugilistic fair play in 1867, is better known by this title. What is the Marquess of Queensberry? We'll go with rules for 400.
The answer is.
In 1742, he published a set of rules for whist that led to publication of rules for other games. Who is Hoyle? I'm going to go with rules for 500, please.
The answer is.
In 1876, a U.S. Army engineer wrote this popular book on parliamentary procedure. What is Robert's Rules of Order? Up to $3,300. Ran the category. The 1910s for 300.
The answer is.
So far, this Norwegian's claim of reaching the North Pole in 1911 hasn't been disproven. Who is Raoul Amundsen? $1910s for 400.
The answer is.
First name of Gustav Krupp von Bohlen und Holbach's wife. A really big gun was named after her. What is Bertha? The 1910s for 500.
The answer is.
This smallest Balkan country proclaimed its independence November 28, 1912. What is Albania? $4,500. Fine China, 200.
The answer is.
The two-color combination most associated with the famous Ming Dynasty China. Jenny. Blue and white. Oh yeah, that makes sense. It's on the board. Or she has a little more money now. Let's see where she goes next. Furniture, 100. Alright.
The answer is.
See how we do here. Made to hold linens. One can be called bridal, hope, or sweetheart. What is a chest? Furniture for 200.
The answer is.
It's a hassock or stool, as Miss Muffet could tell you. What is a tuffet? Thank you. Furniture for 300.
The answer is.
Shojis are translucent screens which originated in this country. What is India? Not India. Rats. Jim. Japan. Right part of the world, but I had to go to Japan. That's okay. So Jim takes second place for right now, but he's nowhere close to me. Furniture for 400.
The answer is.
French for chewed paper. This molded paper pulp was used to make Victorian furniture. What is paper mache? Furniture for 500.
The answer is.
The style name for this 18th century English queen featured shell carvings and cabriole legs. What is Queen Anne's lace? $5,400. Let's have Fine China 300.
The answer is.
I know I haven't done too well this category, but that's okay. Founded by an American, Haviland is the best known firm making porcelain in this French town. I'm going to give this one to Jenny because I don't know. Limoges. Jenny doubles her money and takes second place for right now. Uh-oh, the dreaded opera category.
The answer is
100. Alright, here we go. At the end of Verdi's opera, this Ethiopian slave girl is buried alive. Who is Aida? Upper for 200.
the answer is
It was George Bizet's last and most famous opera. What is Carmen? Upper 300.
the answer is
It was Engelbert Humperdinck's first and most successful opera. What is Hansel and Gretel? Opera 400.
the answer is
After the famous overture is over, this 1829 Rossini opera goes on and on for nearly 6 hours. What is William Tell? Opera 500.
the answer is
The word that completes the title of the opera cycle, the Ring of the... What is Nibelung? Fine China 400.
the answer is
Unglazed biscuit china is commonly referred to by the shorter name. What is Biscay? Bisque? Hope I'm right. That's right. Now the last clue.
the answer is
Belique porcelain was named for a town in this country where it was first made. See if Jim knows this one any better than I do. Ireland. Okay, so he's going to finish with $900. I have $7,300. Jenny has $600. So she goes first in Double Jeopardy, which we're about to start right now.
here are the categories.
Categories for Double Jeopardy are going to be dance, D in literature, notice the quotation marks, inventors, world countries, ooh, this ought to be good, fashion, and we're going to close it out with presidential relatives. Alright, we'll see how it goes. Let's get Double Jeopardy started, Jenny. You make the first selection and we'll start. World countries of the world for 200, or world countries as it's set up on the board. Answer there. This tiny country, the world's oldest republic, was founded by a stonecutter named Marinus. What is San Marino? I'll have countries of the world for 400.
The answer is
Great Bear Lake is the largest lake entirely within this country. What is Canada? Countries of the world for 600.
the answer is
Madagascar, Mauritius, and the Seychelles are all island countries located in this ocean. What is the Indian Ocean? Countries of the world 800. All. Before becoming president, William Taft was governor of this island country, now independent. What is the Philippines? Countries of the world 1000.
the answer is
The Khyber Pass, only 15 yards wide in places, is the major link between Pakistan and this nation. What is Afghanistan? done in the category, and I have $18,000. D in literature for 200.
The answer is.
In titles, this word precedes "in Venice" of a salesman and comes from the Archbishop. What is death? We'll go with D in literature for 400.
The answer is.
Some say this classic Cervantes novel is a veiled attack on the Catholic Church. What is Dante's Inferno? No, that's wrong. Oh well. Jenny. Don Quixote. Oh, that's right, Don Quixote. I always get this clue wrong or I can never remember it. But Jenny's in second place right now with $1,000. Let's see where she goes next. Presidential relatives for 200.
The answer is.
This man, JFK's brother, gave Caroline away at her 1986 wedding. Who is Robert Kennedy? Presidential relatives for 400.
The answer is.
Father of the Constitution, whose second cousin Zachary Taylor became president too. Who was father of the Constitution? Well, it's got to be Thomas Jefferson. I'll be deeply surprised if it's not. For some reason, I feel like I've answered with that answer before, but it's not correct, so I'll have to go to Jim. James Madison. Oh, Bob Saget. That puts Jim at 1,300 and in second place. Let's see where he goes next. D in literature for 600.
The answer is.
Okay. This Dickens title character is on the stepson of the unspeakably cruel Mr. Murdstone. Who is David Copperfield? D in literature for 8.
The answer is.
We doubt if Moll Flanders would have relished reading his Journal of the Plague Year. Jenny. Daniel Defoe, that's right, Daniel Defoe. Jenny's now in second place, but she trails me by a margin. Inventors for 200.
The answer
I
is.
should do okay here. Alexander Graham Bell tries to make this listening device led to the invention of the phone. What is a hearing aid? Inventors for 400, please.
The answer is.
Thomas Edison's longest-lasting light bulb filament was made from this giant grass. What is bamboo? Inventions for 600, please.
The answer is.
This book's small invention says the Romans invented them and called them hippo sandals. What are horseshoes? Inventors and inventions for 800.
The answer is.
In 1842, Dr. Crawford Long was the first to use this as an anesthetic device. What is ether? Inventions for 1,000.
The answer is.
From 1854 until his death in 1867, he got royalties on every sewing machine in the U.S. Who is Elias Howe? Good. 1,000 for D in literature.
The answer is.
He never finished his novel Natochka Nezvanova because he was sent to Siberia. Who was Dostoevsky? Fyodor Dostoevsky. Did I spell it right? They took it. Good. Presidential relatives for 600.
The answer is
Last name of presidential children: George, Jeb, Neil, Marvin, and Dorothy. What is Bush? Presidential relatives for 800.
the answer is
President who had a brother whose given names were Sam Houston. Who is Lyndon Johnson? Presidential relatives 1000.
the answer is
John Tyler and his father, who is also named John, both served as governor of this state. What is Virginia? Here we go. I'll have dogs for, or dance rather, for 200. My bad. All. This 1977 film set in Brooklyn capitalized on the disco craze of the late 70s. What is Saturday Night Fever? Yes. Let's have dance for
the
400.
answer is
The kids in Bristol are sharp as a pistol when they do this dance. What is the Bristol Stomp? Let's have 600, please. Same category. Dance.
the answer is
A ballet company might have to pull strings to stage Petrushka, since Petrushka is one of these. What's a marionette? Let's have dance for 800.
the answer is
This red-haired dancer, once Frank Sinatra's fiance, was TV's Mona McCluskey. I forget. Juliet Prowse, that's right. Alright, so Jim takes second place right now, $2,100. Jim, where to, sir? He wants dance for 1,000. Alright.
the answer is
Founded by Gene Kelly, this French leading lady danced with Fred Astaire and Daddy Longlegs. Who is Leslie Caron? Okay. Fashion 200.
the answer is
These calf-length women's pants of the 1950s were named for their original use. Cycling. What are pedal pushers? $400.
the answer is
Women's Wear Daily coined the name for these very brief, tight-fitting shorts in 1970. What are hot pants? $600.
the answer is
Since this family once had a settler in Italy, Equestrian Bags designs markets accessories. What is Gucci? $800.
the answer is
This overcoat with a removable cape got its name from a city in Scotland. What is an Inverness? Now the last clue.
the answer is
In the 1960s, his former head designer for Dior introduced the pantsuit to high fashion. Forgot. Yves Saint Laurent, that's right. So Jenny has $2,800. Jim $2,100 and me $53,200 in cash. 33rd game will be in the books. category is potpourri. Alright. Here we go. Knock it in. To count out to the Emperor, your head should touch the floor this many times after each kneeling. Pretty sure it's either 2 or 3. I'll say what is 3. Whether I'm right, whether I'm wrong, it isn't going to matter because I'm still going to win.
Final Jeopardy answer is...
I picked 3. And it's right. And the run goes on. So I won the maximum allowed this game, and I now have a 32 game winnings total of $1,706,056. The 33rd game will be coming soon. I'll see you all for that next video.